Inflation is bad. I can't pay my mortgage bills. I'm behind on all my bill payments. My groceries cost way more than it should. What do I do? Why does it seem that in every drawback of an economy, it's always the peasants who are complaining? Why is that? Don't the rich people feel the effects of this economic downturn? Is it because they have too much money that they don't even care? What is the real reason? In today's video, I'm going to share exactly why they don't give a shit. It's not necessarily because they're so rich that they don't feel the effects of all these happenings, but is that inflation directly benefits the rich. Think about, let's go back to the definition of inflation. What is inflation? Rising in price of commodities or reduction in your purchasing power. What are the things that are rising? Groceries, mortgages. Who owns all of this? The rich. So you see how inflation directly benefits the rich. I read an article one time and it says in 1990, in 1990 it would have taken 5 men to lift $10,000 worth of grocery. Now a kid of 6 year old can pick it up. Americans have become more stronger. You see, AI is threatening to take our job. They are downsizing in my company. I don't know what to do. But when your company downsizes, it ultimately makes your company more profitable. Why? Here's why. Because they have more cash saved up that they can channel into marketing, sales, advertising, and everything that engenders company growth. Now, this new information reflects on the stock prices. And when investors sees this indicator, they ultimately bid the stock even higher to gain exposure to that now profitable company. The CEO has only one job, not to make sure, not to give you job security, not to make his employees happy, but to increase the value of stocks or shareholder stocks. That's his only job. I bought Tesla when it was $130. Now it's $250. So I've made thousands of dollars without doing even a single thing. The rich will keep getting richer, the poor will keep getting poorer, and the middle class will be wiped out. Inflation is good for the rich, while it's bad for the poor, because the things that are being inflated, the prices of things that are rising, are owned by the rich. You're never going to get rich by renting out your time. You're never going to get rich only by working the 9 to 5. Of course, that can give you a platform in order to pay your bills while you focus on your side hustle. But I want you to work in the consciousness that you're never going to become wealthy by renting out your time. Years ago, the CEO of Coca-Cola was paid out $30 million. That looks like a lot of money, right? But Warren Buffett was paid out $1 billion for investing in Coca-Cola. And mind you, the $32 million paid out to the CEO, he's going to pay $40. He's going to pay half of that in taxes. Be the investor, not the CEO. The people who work pay the most taxes, but the investors pay the least taxes. If you earn any money from your long-term capital gains, you are liable to pay only 20% of that income. In most places, it's lesser than that. But a rule of thumb, 20%. But if you make $1 million as a doctor, you pay half of that. You make $1 million as an investor, you pay 20% without doing anything aside leveraging capital. Webchon family, now you've come into the conclusion that hold up, I'm right. So how do you start taking practical steps for financial liberation? The first thing to do is start investing. I don't mean all these schemes and all these Ponzi schemes or all these courses that influencers try and shove down your throat, telling you here are 5 ways to build $1 billion conglomerate. The only $1 billion conglomerate you are building is theirs, not yours. Also, the things that these influencers tell you, they are not necessarily wrong. But if you begin your part of self-development, You're not enlightened enough to distinguish between a premium and a free information. We live in an age of information where information has been democratized. Everything you want is out there. Of course, you can't get every single thing for free, but you can bring yourself to a point where you can identify the difference between the free information and the premium information. That's the first step. Start investing in yourself. Make more money. If you put $100 into something called the S&P 500 for 40 years, because of the miracle of compound interest, you would retire a millionaire. Am I advising you do this? Hell no. Do your own research. Don't just overhaul your life completely just because you watch a 5 minute or 6 minutes video from a random guy on YouTube. I want you to take out what I've told you, regress it, dissect the information. What do I think about this subject? Be yourself. Even if you have contrary beliefs to mine, I want you to own up. This belief I have on this subject, I've held this for a long time. Is it benefiting me? No. Okay, it's time to pivot. It's time to take adopt this philosophy and see where it takes me. This philosophy has been proven and tested with time. Webchum family, it's us against the princes of this world. Time to go. Some of you watching this video, you know you can be better. You feel it in your bones that this is not the level you're supposed to be in. Whenever you pick up a phone and you watch these people living luxury lifestyles or something like that, or not necessarily luxury, but you believe, you know you're not supposed to be in this level. It's time to go. Start investing in yourself. Alright, Webchum family. I'll see you in the next one. Stay legendary.